Hey everyone, Bob here. How are you? Today we are talking about the things you are saying when your mouth is shut. You know, all of this and it's just crazy. We'll be right back to talk why that is not a good idea.
Welcome to the Bob Nevin Careers channel. We're happy to have you here. Get ready to learn something new. Let's do this.
Hey everybody. Again, we are here to talk about the things you are saying when your mouth is shut. I once interviewed a guy for a senior project manager role. On paper, a genius. In person, he was vibrating, not metaphorically. Oh no, he was tapping his pen so fast it sounded like a woodpecker on an espresso. He was sweating, crossing his arms. He was like a guarded secret vault, right? And looking at the ceiling every time I asked a question. By the end of the hour, I didn't care about his MBA. I just wanted to give him a weighted blanket and a nap. In 2026, we're half digital and half human. Your body language is either your best friend or your worst informant. I'm going to show you how you can make sure it's the former. Before I begin, I would like you to look at how I'm seated in a chair. It's not doing this. Peace out. Nope. I am up on the edge of my chair, showing excitement. So let's look at posture. Let's meet Panic Pete. Pete is brilliant, but Pete sits there like he's trying to fold himself in a suitcase, right? He slumps, his shoulders are by his ears, and he looks like he's waiting for a scolding from the principal. So when I see Pete, I don't see a leader. I see someone who is defeated by this swivel chair. Right? Don't be like Pete. Now look at prepared Paul. I guess that would be me. Paul sits with his back against the chair, chest open, hands visible. To be honest, I don't do that. I sit at the edge of my chair, leaning in, because it shows interest, okay? It shows in recruiter speak. That's high power positioning. It signals I am comfortable in this space or excited. Slouching in an interview is like wearing pajamas to a wedding. You might be the nicest person there, but everyone is wondering if you're actually awake or crazy. If you sit like a question mark, the recruiter is going to have a lot of questions about your confidence. Sit like you're basically an exclamation point, but again, don't be too rigid, right? But then again, don't slouch. My best advice is to sit at the edge of your chair and lean in and eyes open, okay, as well as your ears. The Zoom doom, eyes and lighting. In 2026, the virtual stare is a real thing. Doesn't that look weird when I do that? You know, that pause and I'm staring. You know, it's crazy. Look at the little box showing your own face. We all do it. We're checking to make sure our hair isn't doing that weird alfalfa thing. Or you're just doing, I don't have to worry about it, obviously, but when you mess with your hair and you're not making eye contact with the recruiter, or you're looking at your own chin, it just looks bad, right? So the hack is this, and I have something like that. I have actually it's a fishing lure that's above my monitor where my camera is, okay? So I put basically a Post-it note up there, or you can use anything that grabs your attention. You can put a smiley face on it right next to the camera lens and talk to that smiley face, and you'll be making eye contact just as I am doing this speech with you right now. So put something up next to that camera. It's just a simple hack, something that I just thought up. So if you spend the whole interview looking at the bottom right corner of your screen like this, I'm going to assume you have a second, much more interesting interview happening on your floor. Yeah, there's nothing down there. Or that you're reading a script. Now, I'll be honest. I have to have these scripts, okay? Because I don't want to miss anything. And I feel like a schmoo if I don't. So that's why I have these scripts and my notes that I'm scrolling on the screen as we go. It's okay. Yes, a lot of this stuff I already know, but I want to make sure that it is in a proper order that you can actually inwardly digest and take in, okay? So neither is a good look. I know that. I understand that. But when you are in the situation where you're interviewing for a position that you really, really want, you should just have notes on to the side, something that you can refer back to, but don't stare down at it the whole entire time. You got to make sure also that the lighting behind you or above you or around you is good. Now, I understand that I have a black background, and yeah, I like it like that. It knocks down sounds that may be coming from the other side of the room, and it just makes it a more intimate space for me. But you got to make sure that everything around you, you're lit up so that they can see you, they can see your expressions, okay? If the light is behind you, you look like a protected witness in a true crime documentary, so you want it out front. So make sure that the lighting is good and that you can see yourself. It's very important. The hand gesture manifesto. Obviously, I use my hands quite a bit. So what do you do with your hands? If you hide them under the table, it's a subconscious signal that you're hiding something. If you're a hand talker like me, use them to emphasize your points, but don't look like you're trying to land a 747 or something like that, or conducting an orchestra. Here's a secret. Mirroring. If your interviewer is leaning in, lean in a little bit too. If they're formal and still, dial back the jazz hands. It's a psychological trick called limbic resonance. Ooh, we learned a new word today. Limbic resonance. It makes the interviewer think, I don't know why, but I just like this person. We're on the same wavelength, you know? So just don't overdo it. If they scratch their nose and you immediately scratch yours, you've basically crossed the line from resonant to creepy mime. Nobody hires the creepy mime. The power pose. Before you hop on the call, do the Wonder Woman or Superman pose for 2 minutes. Stand tall, hands on the hips. I know it sounds cheesy, I really do. But science says it actually lowers cortisol and boosts testosterone. It's the ultimate pre-game ritual. Try it. Okay, so your body speaks 80% of the message. Make sure it's saying, hire me, and not, I'm terrified of this desk, or, or something similar. What's your worst fidgeting habit? Mine might be clicking pens. Here's one. I try to put it away, and I've been banned from them from my office. Right? Tell me yours in the comments and hit that subscribe for the grand finale of this interviewing series, The Art of the Grand Slam Close. We'll see you in the next one. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and select all, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.